All right, so what's going on, everybody? So I want to give you guys this quick warning, right? So I've been talking for a while about how you have to be very cautious during this time, during this season, about how to consume news and how you have to really discern and dissect what they're saying, to not take things at face value and to look at the greater possible objective of how they want to frame things and what is the reason, what is the underlying reason for certain things. I'm not saying that things are not true, but it could be fake news. It could be made up, right? I mean, I don't know. It could be doctored evidence, all that stuff, right? And who's to say that that is true? And so I'm saying this because recently, as of today, news coming out that there was an assassination attempt at Putin. Now you can see the video of just this drone exploding in this event, right? I've been saying that they're building up for a false flag event for World War III. They're going to try to scare you as much as possible. It's going to actually look real, but it's not going to happen. And even Trump has been saying that within 24 hours, I can diffuse the situation. And so I think that the greater mission of getting people to be scared awake, right? To get them to the precipice to say, we want peace. We don't want any of this stuff, as the front to get the Great Awakening propelled, right? To get more of a catalyst going for the rest of the people to wake up. That's going on while at the same time, there is some massive coordinated military operation going on, a special operations force that Russia is in, that maybe China, many other people, Trump, the military, these guys are doing behind the scenes. Now we know that a lot of the things involve the children and the human trafficking, as well as the replacement, the collapse of the financial system to really get the grip, right? The stronghold of the deep state, the Illuminati, the cabal, whatever you want to call it. The one thing that has to happen is that they have to take down and get rid of the stuff that has been feeding their revenue, their money, and all these things before we move on to something better. And so the bigger issue we have is not these little antics, these little plays, and all that stuff. I believe that obviously God is in control, but that the good guys are really in control right now. And we're seeing if you want to say a movie play out, we're seeing certain things come to the fold for which, whether some of the stuff is true or not, they're building up to scare you, to get the world to wake up, to say, look what's happening, look what's developing. And then in the midst of that, there's little jousting, little fights, little battles going on. Who knows what the full story is? Who knows what the truth is? But one thing is for sure, when you hear some news and you're like, aha, he almost died, or I can't believe it, instead of just believing, taking it in like it's, hook, line, and sinker, before you do that, tell yourself, is this, if the whole news, as we all know from previous experience, if they all jump on the news and say, this is what's happening, this is the perspective, this is how you've got to see it, these are the key players, this is the person that's the antagonist, here's the person that's at fault, and all that stuff, and they're doing this in unison. Again, you've got to question these things and say it could be the complete opposite, given their track record, or there's something else going on here. What are they trying to feed us for us to react, to elicit a response in a certain way? And so this is what's going on. You have to be privy to that. You have to be alert to the tactics. And so before you say, oh, I can't believe it, that's crazy, first you have to ask yourself, is this even real? Did this even happen? And then second, if it did happen, what is the reason for it? Is there a cover story? Is there something else going on? I'm not saying that you can fully understand, but you're not sheep to be able to receive it and just take it, run with it, and think that that's what the truth is. If we knew anything of the last 4, 5, 6 years, we know that when they say something, there's something else going on. And I'm also not saying that it's not completely true. This could be taken at face value. It could have just been what it was. But my guess is that because they're building up to this false flag World War III scare event, it's really got to be scary for people. Really, people thinking that there's going to be something crazy going on. And so be wary of these things. There's a lot of news going on today. Interest rate hike. You have markets going crazy. You have the end of possibly just the funding of the United States government, unless they raise the debt ceiling, many things like that. You have the end of the Title 42 looming. All of this immigration stuff. It's crazy. Some of the documented footage of the people at the border, right? You have a lot of things going on right now in the world. Many other countries on the verge of collapse from basically just inflation and many other things. You have this, these little skirmishes all over. There's many pieces of news going on. And then the Biden stuff, the Ukraine stuff, many other things. And so again, I'm not saying I know exactly what's going to happen at what time, but just know that there's going to be some kind of a scare event and that this is going to build, but you don't want to fall for it, right? If I were to quote again, scripture, there will be wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed, right? But be ready in prayer, seek the Lord. This is a time to get yourself, your family ready through this, small period for which there may be some uncertainty. Who knows, martial law and many other things if it comes to that. But don't be scared. And also be cautious, be optimistic at the same time. But just know that whatever's coming out, all of this stuff, it's going to amount to nothing in the end. There's not going to be an extinction of the whole world. So it's going to build to that, but it's just going to be a big false flag event, but it's going to look absolutely real and feel real. So be encouraged. Love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.